And welcome back to another edition of Raw Out of 10 right here on the Wrestler's Bay. We've been through all the fallout from WrestleMania Backlash now, and it's all about moving on to Hell in a Cell. We've still got Drew McIntyre and WWE Championship picture. We've got new tag teams and tag team picture and US picture. So let's get straight into it. We start off with the WWE Championship picture. Bobby Lashley and MVP kicked off Raw after reminding us WWE is going back on the road in July. MVP said a dark cloud was hanging over WWE and it was Drew McIntyre. Lashley said that after WrestleMania Backlash, Drew was not coming back anytime soon. Before, of course, he walked to the ring, he started trash talking before Kofi came out. Kofi broke up beating Lashley, and Drew stepped in to say that he only won due to his distraction. Kofi demanded a title match, as he never got a rematch when he lost to Brock Lesnar. There's no rematches anymore, Kofi. Come on, use your brain, pal. He and Drew had a little face-off before Adam Pearce booked a match between them on Raw, with the winner going to face Lashley at Hell in a Cell. McIntyre tossed Kofi around at the beginning of the match and started before Kofi countered the vertical suplex, but took the reverse Alabama slam early on. The two were stuck on the top rope when Kofi hit a headbutt and then a crossbody and a Michinoku driver. Drew missed the Future Shock GDT, but got the spine buster and a sit-up powerbomb in for a near fall. Kingston hit a huge dive to the outside, taking both Drew and Lashley out. Kofi hit an SOS, but Lashley came back and attacked Kofi before Woods and MVP joined in too. Drew hit a Claymore on Lashley and stayed in the ring with a New Day as Lashley and MVP retreated. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It was okay, it was just a bit confusing really. Drew McIntyre, you've done nothing to deserve another title shot, pal. Kofi Kingston using rematches, you could just use the fact that he beat Lashley last year. It was kind of just a bit confusing, and then why wasn't this the main event, and why was it a screwy finish? Yeah, it kind of didn't make a lot of sense, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Ripley and Charlotte then had a tense exchange backstage before Nikki Cross challenged into the match. Charlotte said Cross wasn't worth her time, but Rhea accepted the challenge, and of course we went straight into the match. It was a 2-minute beat the clock challenge. Cross got taken down right off the bat and countering a big move from the champ. Cross then hit a jawbreaker and a crossbody up from up high. Ripley managed to take her down again though with a drop kick before unloading on her in the corner as the clock counted down to 0. The clock counted all the way before Ripley realised what was happening. Cross got the win. 5 out of 10. Makes Rhea look stupid, makes Cross look weak. What was the point in this? Drew and Kofi were furious backstage, and Adam Pearce said that they would have a rematch in the same conditions next week before we got Asuka v Charlotte. Charlotte was taking it slow and was being cautious as the match started. Asuka went for an early hip attack, but Charlotte caught her with a chop block. The Queen then went for a knee bar using the ropes before sending her opponent knee first into the steel sets, then trying to make it difficult for Asuka to sell her feet. After the break, Charlotte was going after the injured knee of the Japanese star, using the turnbuckles ropes in the apron, but Asuka managed to break out to get in top, and she hit a German suplex. The Empress of Tomorrow then went for an armbar before Charlotte managed to hit a backbreaker off the second rope before missing a moonsault from the top. Asuka caught the Queen in an Asuka lock, but Charlotte reversed it only to pin her opponent. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. To be honest, this is just getting repetitive now, and it's just 50-50 booking. What's the point? Backstage, Lashley was headed to meet Adam Pearce, who said that if the Almighty and MVP interfered in the number 1 contenders match next week, the champ would be suspended for 90 days before we got Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander for the 50th week in a row. Bloody hell. Alexander got on the mic before Raw and blamed Shelton for breaking up the business. He called Benjamin washed up while Alexander was in his prime. Not very good prime, to be honest. Benjamin unloaded on Alexander as the match started as he was angry with him. Cedric managed to hit a knee strike and taken the Hurricane Rana from the top rope, taking control of the match. Shelton then hit a spine buster, but Alexander nearly rolled him up. Benjamin hit a roundhouse kick and took a shootout before 2 German suplexes. As he tried to go to the third, Alexander poked Benjamin in the eye. Cedric came back with a neutralizer and picked up the win over his former partner on Raw. Basically just copy and paste what I said about the Asuka and Charlotte match. Really, it's just bloody repetitive. Up, it was Riddle versus Xavier Woods. Riddle got the first takedown of the match before Woods hit a vertical suplex from the top ropes. The two then traded blows before taking each other out for double clotheslines. Woods then hit a huge suplex on the apron and nearly knocked Riddle out. After the break, Woods hit a missile dropkick and hung Riddle up in the corner upside down, but Riddle still managed to kick out. Woods dodged a floating blow and was about to go for the finish, but Riddle hit an RKO out of nowhere for the win. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. This was really interesting and something different, so yeah, 6 out of 10. Up, it was AJ Styles versus Jackson Riker. Styles was dominating the match early on before Elias came out of nowhere and took out AJ on the apron with a knee strike before going and hiding in the timekeeper's area. Riker took advantage of this distraction that the referee did not see and hit the black hole slam to get the win. 5 out of 10. Jackson Riker beat AJ Styles pretty much clean. Bloody hell. Omos then walked out, having seen the incident, and chased Elias and Riker down before tossing the drifter into the LED boards. Yeah, that was fine. Omos looks like a beast, but AJ Styles lost to Jackson Riker clean. Bloody hell. Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo was next. Sheamus took Humberto down and hit a vertical suplex before going for the submission on the mat. Carrillo powered through, but took a big boot and then chops to the chest. Carrillo still came back and drop kicked Sheamus out of the ring and hit a dive, sending the US champion into the announce desk. Back in the ring, Carrillo tried to pin Sheamus, but the Celtic Warrior rolled him over with a handful of the tights to win. After the match, Sheamus was about to lock in the cloverleaf on Carrillo, but Ricochet interfered and hit a moonsault and a 450 slam, taking out the champ. I was a 6 out of 10. Good to see new people being integrated into it. But anyway, in the main event, it was Natalya and Tamina versus Jackson Baszler. Baszler backstage was saying that she didn't want Reginald out there as he was a distraction, so he wasn't out there as the match started. Baszler and Tamina kicked off the match, and Natalya got tagged in right away. The Queen of Hearts got some big moves before being forced onto the back foot. Reginald showed up at ringside and Shayna was furious before Natalya hit her with a German suplex. Tags were made, but Tamina hit a super click on Jax before the former champions isolated her. Tamina hit a power slam on Baszler before she and Nia went outside and Jax tossed her over the barricades. Natalya was about to get pinned, but Reginald distracted the ref at the wrong time. Shayna was fuming and yelled, "Reggie, go backstage," but as he walked up the ramp, the pyro went off, sending him flying. Shayna was pinned off the distraction by Natalya, and then after the match, Shayna swore at Reginald and challenged him to a match next week. I give this 6.5 out of 10. The match was okay. Hopefully that's over now, but I'm just giving it over a bit of cautious optimism that we might finally get the end of Baszler and Jax together. Jax and Reginald could go on and do their own stuff, and we might get heel, decent Shayna Baszler. It's probably just a pipe dream. For this week, Raw gets a 5 out of 10 from me. There were some good bits on Raw, but there were some not so good bits on Raw. It is still kind of improving. But yeah, there still has a long way to go. But on the positive, there were some pretty decent bits to this show. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.